Oh my god. Oh my god. The Bears beat Tom Brady. Yes! Oh man, can't count. Yes! Wow! Let's go! Big win on primetime football. The Bears win 20-19 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to move to 4-1 on the new season. Can you believe it? It's Nick Foles' first win as a starter since a game we don't talk about. Can you believe this? And he beat Tom Brady again. He's 2-0 against Tom Brady. Oh my goodness, what a game this was. Let's go ahead and just talk about the game, shall we? Game starts, and the Bucks go and drive down, kick a field goal. Okay, all right. It's only 3-0. If you guys can get this offense started and comfortable quick, we might have a shot. The Bears offense looks solid on these first couple of drives in this first quarter. I mean, there was that really dumb, terrible pass to Allen Robinson Nick Foles had. He looked okay in the first quarter. Looked pretty good, actually. Aside from that awful throw. Awful to Allen Robinson on 3rd and 2 is a gimme pass, and he totally overthrew him. Terrible. Even better, the Bears offense looks really good on this drive. It's great until a certain thing happens with your boy Allen Robinson. So Nick Foles throws this ball a bit under Allen Robinson, a bit short. Has to try and make a circus catch in a sense. He puts both hands out and he puts his knee up as well. Ball hits the knee, pops right up and right into Carlton Davis's hands. It's an easy interception for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is, in my opinion, that pick is not Nick's fault. It just kind of fell right into his hands in a sense. I don't really see it. I don't know really who to blame for that pick. I don't really think I want to blame either person. It just kind of happened to go off of his knee and right into his hands. I mean, you can totally blame Nick Foles for throwing a shorter pass than he should have, but it wasn't. It was totally catchable, and he totally had a chance, but it just so happened that the ball hit his knee at the perfect angle that it was intercepted. Now, this really frustrated me, not because it was a weird interception, but it was because the Bears offense looked really good on this drive, and I was sitting there thinking like, oh boy, we look really good, and then it gets ended on an interception. This is just great. Now the Bears offense is probably going to stall for at least a quarter. This is going to be great. Let's go Bears. And Tampa Bay drives down and puts in a touchdown. Ronald Jones had a really fantastic catch at the one that probably could have gone for a touchdown, but they played the whistle dead. They got it on the next play anyways, from a throw from Tom Brady to Mike Evans, so they still got a touchdown out of it. But now the score at the end of the first quarter would be 10-0 Tampa Bay. Next Bears drive doesn't do very well. Tampa gets the ball back at the start of the second. And then a very interesting call comes up that it's still a bit of a head scratcher. Bruce Arians decides to go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and inches, more should I say, with a good amount of time in the second quarter, and on their own 20. Tom Brady sneaks it up the middle, and he almost didn't get it. This second effort reaches it across the line, and the Bears pushed them back far enough to make it look convincing that they got the stop. But in reality, the last-ditch effort from Tom Brady got him a first down, which was very frustrating, especially since that ball was on their own 20, and we have had probably the best field position ever in the first half. Not produced by a turnover as in a fumble or an interception, a turnover on downs inside the 20. Like, oh my goodness. So the Buccaneers, they drive down the field. They get a couple chances. Tom Brady overthrows Mike Evans in the end zone on 3rd down, which Troy Aikman apparently thought that if he threw it directly towards Mike Evans, Eddie Jackson would have intercepted it. Looking at that, I still don't know because it didn't go there, and it's Tom Brady. He usually kind of fits that kind of stuff in there. He does magic. It just happens. So I didn't know if that was actually going to get intercepted, but hold Tampa to a field goal. It is now 13-0, and the Bears have already dug a 13-0 hole. Now, this is one of the reasons why I was so frustrated with the interception, actually. When when Tom Brady gets out to a lead, he doesn't usually give it up. You got to really keep it close. That was what I was really thinking. Keep the game close and you'll be able to win the game. So when Tampa jumped out to the 13, when it became 13-0, I was just thinking, oh boy, there's still, 2.5 quarters left. There's still plenty of time for the team to come back and at least score a touchdown or two, try to make it a one score, and maybe even take the lead. But all right, it's gonna take a while. We're gonna have to battle back from this. And boy, did they battle back. Nick Foles on the following drive was phenomenal. He hit, I think, 7 passes in a row, which I liked this from Joe Buck, actually. I don't typically like Joe Buck. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I typically don't really like him, but I liked this little tidbit. He said that Nick Foles holds the record for most consecutive passes completed. I think that's a 25, or is it 23? It's one of the two, but I didn't know that, and I was like, ooh, so when he mentioned that he was very streaky, I was like, okay, he makes a point. I mean, yeah, once he's on a roll, he is on fire. And he drops a dime, a perfect pass to Cordero Patterson, just perfectly lobbed up there, only where he can catch that ball, and he just takes it inside the 5. And then Dave Montgomery pounds it in for the Bears' first rushing touchdown of the season in Week 5. That's awesome. Gotta love that. It took 5 weeks for us to get a rushing touchdown. That's amazing. Tampa gets the ball back with a minute and 40-ish seconds to go in the half. They can totally drive this down and for touchdown, field goal, get some points before the half. On their first third down, they don't get anything on first or second down, so it's 3rd and 10. Brady fires to Keyshawn Vaughn. And hit stick alert, Kyle Fuller, clean shoulder, bang right into him. No chance he's hanging on that football. Pops out. Robert Quinn scoops it up. And initially, the call was incomplete, and there was a flag thrown that could have been for helmet to helmet. But after replay, it was textbook hit stick. That was unbelievable. It was a perfect hit. Gotta feel bad for Keyshawn Vaughn. He's just taking the ball, and all of a sudden he just gets completely decked. But Kyle Fuller, just a perfect hit with the shoulder. Doesn't lean in with the helmet. Leans in with the shoulder. And that's exactly what the NFL wants to do. They want to get rid of the helmet contact. They want to do more of the shoulder contact. It's exactly what Kyle Fuller did. Leans in with the shoulder. Hit sticks him, basically, and he loses the ball. I mean, can't blame him. If you're able to even hold on to the ball, it's pretty impressive. So I'm not even it's not a shock that he dropped the ball. Robert Quinn was there to pick it up. Thank goodness he played it, and he picked it up. So that takes about 20 seconds off the clock, and the Bears have the ball back inside the 30. Can you believe that? That's just... Now we have a chance to score again and get within 3, maybe even take the lead. And here comes another fantastic play. Nick Foles rolling out, throws it into the end zone right after Troy Aikman said that they like Jimmy Graham in the red zone. Throws it to Jimmy Graham, and oh my goodness, Jimmy! What a catch! Oh my gosh! You took that ball and glued it to your hand. That's a spectacular catch, and the Bears have tied it in under 30 seconds. Actually, I lied. Probably under 45 seconds to be really technical. But can you believe that? 2 touchdowns in under a minute, and the Bears have taking the lead with the extra point from Cairo Santos. It is 13-14 Chicago at halftime. That is the first halftime lead the Chicago Bears have had all season. Can you believe that? Wow. Or actually, I lied. We were up 17-0 against the Giants at half. I don't want to talk about that game any more than I need to, but that was just great. Not only did the Bears score 2 touchdowns in a little over a minute, they get the ball to start the second half. So if this offense keeps rolling, we could have 3 straight possessions with a touchdown, and the Bucs would have had like 50 seconds with the ball. I mean, we had the ball for 3 possessions and we scored 21 points. This is unbelievable. We might be able to score at the end of the half and score out of the gate in the second half. Oh my goodness, we might be able. Oh, this is unbelievable. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. The Bears looked absolutely terrible on that first possession. Gave Tampa the ball. Basically, they're like, hey, Tampa, we feel bad for just stripping this lead for you. You can have the ball. I mean, we don't really need it. You guys can have it. Tampa's first play from scrimmage of the half. 37 yards from Ronald Jones. Biggest run play against the Bears defense this year. I don't know, man. That was not what we wanted. I'm pretty sure if they even wanted to give the ball to him, I'm pretty sure that's not what they wanted him to do. They take like 5 minutes on that drive, and Suck-Up drills his 3rd field goal of the game. Tampa regains the lead. It is 16-14 Buccaneers. All right. So the next Tampa drive. Bears don't do anything with the next possession. Just great. Now they give Tampa the ball back to go and make it a 2-score game. This is just great. So I gotta start over. Tampa's next possession was a weird one because the Bears couldn't do anything on offense in the 3rd quarter, so they didn't really have the ball for long. So they basically just gave Tampa the ball back again. And we're gonna have a fun time recapping this. So here we go. Let's go and recap this. I'm gonna be using ESPN's play-by-play for this. I'm going to read exactly what they have to say about each play about this drive here. So they start from the midfield. They start from midfield. They get up to the Chicago 35, and this is what happens. 1st and 10 at Chicago 35. Ronald Jones, right tackle at Chicago 30 for 5 yards. Penalty on Tampa Bay's Tristan Wirfs, the 1st-round selection, their offensive guard. Offensive holding, 10 yards, 10-yard penalty, no play. So it's now 1st and 20 on the Chicago 45. Brady passed short to Gronkowski for 16 yards. Penalty on Mike Evans. Offensive pass interference, 10 yards, no play. So now it is 1st and 30 from the Tampa Bay 45. Tom Brady sacked at the Tampa Bay 39 for -6 yards by Khalil Mack. Penalty on Tampa Bay. Smith, an offensive holding. Offsets because Mack had an unnecessary roughness penalty for doing something, extending the play a little bit and throwing Tom Brady down a little bit too hard. I didn't like that penalty at all. All right, next. 1st and 30 again from the Tampa Bay 45. Tom Brady saw Tom Brady pass short to Jadon Mickens to the Chicago 44 for 11 yards. But hang on, folks. Penalty on R. Jensen. Unnecessary roughness. That's a 15-yard penalty. It is 2nd and 34 from the Tampa Bay 41. Brady throws to Evans for 7 yards, and then on 3rd and 27, Brady airs it out deep, trying to hit Mike Evans, can't connect, and the drive ends after 5 straight plays with penalties and a couple of plays that just didn't really do much. So that was a waste of time, but it was really funny because usually the Bears are the team that gets that kind of stuff that happens. I mean, we've had that happen before where, we take like 3 penalties, and it's now like 1st and 40, and then we end up like punting the ball away, and But anyways, that was really funny to laugh at another team doing the same thing against us. It's like, haha, hey, we do that all the time. Now someone else is doing it. Ha! What a loser! Now in this third quarter as well, we had an injury on the Bears offensive line. James Daniels, one of our more recent draft picks from Iowa, went down with a torn pec. He had missed just like 1 or 2 snaps his entire career since he started. He's out for the year, and that's a big blow to our offensive line because our offensive line's not stellar. But we hope that Bars can come in and do something positive for the offensive line. He had a solid game. His first play let up a sack. Wasn't very good. But after that, he was pretty good and was solid. Was able to contain the Tampa Bay D-line, which is a really formidable opponent. So the Bears drive down the field, and the third quarter hits zeros. So the score is Tampa Bay 16, Chicago 14 at the end of 3. We're down at the fourth quarter yet again. 4 out of 5 games we've been down at the start of the fourth quarter. The only time we weren't, the Giants game, which we almost blew. So the Bears get down to the Tampa Bay 15. Oh, shoot, we might have a great chance to punch it in the end zone. I mean, even if we have to settle for a field goal, it's a pretty safe field goal. We'll be able to take the lead. It's going to be awesome. And Nick Foles proceeds to get sacked and lose the ball. Thank goodness your boy Bobby Massey comes up to make the fumble recovery, so the Bears keep the ball. But it's a loss of 13 yards, and it's now 2nd and 27. So, I mean, we didn't really do too much with that drive. We made it a 4th and 24. Hey, at least we're still in field goal range, and it's a 47-yarder. And Santos doesn't hit from anything harder than 35. Oh, God, he's going to miss us, isn't he? Oh, yes! He got it! That's wrong. Cairo Santos drills a 47-yard field goal. Very happy that he was able to do that because he missed a 40-plus yarder in Atlanta early in the game. Yeah. Tampa takes this next drive and just drives down the field, just pounds it in, takes a good amount of time off the clock, and about 5.5 left after they kick the field goal to take the lead back, 19-17. So it was 13-0 Tampa. Bears storm and score 2 touchdowns. It's 14-13. Tampa scores a field goal, 16-14. Chicago scores a field goal, 17-16. Tampa scores a field goal, 19-17. That is unbelievable. Pretty much every score after the 13-0 lead was resulted in a lead change. It's really weird because in this league now we don't see many lead changes anymore. We'll see like 1 or 2 a game sometimes, but seeing 3, 4, 5 lead changes in a game, that's unheard of for the most part of the NFL these days. So the Bears, on their next possession, get a chance to go up in front again, and we don't do anything with the ball. And there's another 3 minutes to go. Oh, we gotta hold Tampa. We gotta hold them and use all of our timeouts basically. It's unbelievable. That's where you're wrong, because Tampa ran the ball the first time. 2-minute warning came up. But something was wrong in Bruce Arians' head, and he decided to throw the ball a couple times. And completion stopped the clock, so we get to keep 2 timeouts. This is great. And now Foles has a chance to drive it down the field and win it for the Bears. And he does exactly that. He drives it down. We're in prime field goal range at this time. We just need to give it to Montgomery and just run out this clock. This is going to be easy wins. And we run it on first down after we get down there. And then Matt Nagy, a bit of a questionable play call. We've heard a lot of questionable play calls from Matt Nagy, and it's been very interesting as this season has progressed. This was another one of those calls that you're just sitting there scratching your head. What even is the purpose of this call? Foles throws it to the sideline, for Allen Robinson, which he doesn't end up coming down with. And one, it stops the clock. And two, if he was able to make the catch, they could have just shoved him out of bounds and kept the timeout. So that was a bit of a questionable play call because Tampa still had one timeout. So we throw it short. I think it was Mooney who made the catch, and Tampa used their last timeout. There is over 1.5. There's over 90 seconds left, and we still have to kick the field goal. It's a 38-yarder. Shouldn't be too nervous, right? It's a 38-yarder. Anything under 40 usually is pretty good for the decent kickers and the really good kickers. Anything under 40, they're really good at hitting. See, I'm a Bears fan. And since we've gotten rid of Robbie Gould, our kicking game has been atrocious. Just ask the 2018 Bears and how their season ended. So I'm sitting there. It's a 38-yarder. And I'm just sitting there. It's like, don't miss it, 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 don't miss it. Over and over until he kicks that ball through the uprights. And it is 20-19 Bears. Yet another lead change in this game. And each team has put 2 field goals through the uprights in the second half. Oh, right. This is Tom Brady we're playing. He's got over 1 minute and 10 seconds to drive it out. He just needs to get into field goal range. Yep, that's it. We're losing this game. Yeah, it was a good fight, boys. We really tried. Really good effort out there. But I mean, it's just not going to work out tonight. And it was a tough ask to take down Tom Brady and the Buccaneers with their high-flying offense and their great defense. It was a really tough ask to beat them. But you played really well, and you came close, but just couldn't get it done. That's all right, boys. The Bears' defense decided to give us a little gift, apparently, because it looked like Tom Brady was just going to drive down the field and win this game. It looked pretty bad the first couple of plays. But at about Tampa's 40, or Tampa's 35, maybe 1st and 10, the couple plays, it's now 3rd and 5. Brady throws it off the hands of Gronkowski, trying to go up and get it. Goes off his fingertips, can't make the connection, and I'm just sitting there just like, oh my goodness, it's 4th down. They're down to their last play. Oh my goodness. Come on, one more play. One more play. And he throws the ball. Knocked away! Oh my god! Oh my god! DeAndre Houston Carson knocks it away, and the Bears are going to take over. Let's go! Tom Brady pulls up 4th, saying it's 4th down. And I'm sitting there, it's like, oh no, do not tell me the broadcast got it wrong. No. Old man can't count. The old man Tom Brady can't count. It was 4th down. Don't matter. You don't get a 5th play. This ain't Colorado, Missouri in 1990. You ain't gonna get that 5th opportunity. It's over for you, Tom. And for the first time in your career, you have lost to the Chicago Bears, the monsters of the Midway. The Bears have beaten Tom Brady. We did it, boys. Unbelievable. The Bears did it. They beat Tom Brady. Can you believe this? This is unbelievable. I am so excited to say that we beat Tom Brady because in his career, the Bears have looked really bad for the most times they've played him. And when they look good, Tom Brady's Tom Brady pulls the win out. Not tonight. A huge victory for Nick Foles to come back and beat Tom Brady in the rematch of Super Bowl 52. And oh my goodness, what a game this was. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you really liked it, make sure to click subscribe because speaking how every game has gone this year, being down to the wire or just a complete blowout in which we get crushed, you're going to see some pretty exciting stuff. I think this is going to be a good Bears season to cover. You're going to want to stick around, so go ahead and click that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next week.